So you think that you might be socially awkward, which is fine. Probably most, if not all of us experienced it at least once during their life. So social awkwardness got different phases. It can appear in different situations. However, not always the social awkwardness is actual social awkwardness, but there are like different factors, different variables influencing how we feel in some situations, how we feel with other people. So to start with, the first thing to determine whether you are really socially awkward or whether there's something else going on is when you're with other person, is it only you who feels awkward, or the other person accused you of being awkward, or the other person also feels awkward? So if you determine that it is only you who feels awkward, then it's not necessarily awkwardness that you're feeling, but perhaps lack of confidence, or simply you don't know how to deal with the other person because there's some misunderstanding, or the person is from a different culture, from different background, and so they got different way of looking at things, different lifestyle. So that's the first thing. Another aspect, if you determine that it is only you who feels awkward in this situation, then you might feel actually insecure and you simply don't feel like you can fully be yourself in that situation. You feel like the other person is probably judging you or thinking negatively about you, and therefore you're feeling awkward, but in reality it's not really an awkwardness. It's simple insecurity. So that's the first thing. Um, another aspect of awkwardness is when you are in completely new situation. I don't know, like as an example, you're in a restaurant you've never been before, or you've entered an entirely new workplace. So I think that's a fair reason to feel awkward because it's simply a new situation. So you're still learning how to behave in that situation. You still learn how the environment functions, what are the kind of rules to obey in order to kind of sufficiently deal with other people in the situation involved. So again, I don't think there's any reason to beat yourself up for feeling awkward in that new situation. However, if you repeatedly enter the same situation and you repeatedly feel awkward over and over again, I think you should leave. And obviously that thing isn't really for you because you don't know how to behave, or you are simply insecure, or you're not really enjoying where you are and therefore you feel awkward. So the priority is actually to find situations that match your temperament, your point of view, your perspective, and constantly challenge yourself with new situations rather than forcing yourself over and over again into the same situation in order to kind of learn it or stop being awkward. I mean, to a certain extent, okay, sure, you can try to push your comfort zone, your comfort limit, but I think after a while, it's gonna become an energy draining waste of time. So you need to know that. Another situation is when you're interacting with the other person and both of you feel awkward. I mean, I think there's a way to determine that. You will obviously see the other person acting a little bit less confidently. They might be a little bit confused. They might kind of avoid your eye contact, avoid jumping into deeper conversations. They might just maintain that small talk rather than going into the deeper level. So if both of the parties, both of people are feeling awkward, this is not a company for you because there is a clear mismatch of everything, of your lifestyle and of their lifestyle. So I'm not sure if there's any point to force you. I mean, of course you can start, you can try to gain new skills and kind of learn to deal with different kind of people, but again there are limits. And if you try over and over again to overcome that awkwardness with the same person, but that awkwardness still exists between both of you, obviously that's not the person for you, and probably you should try to look for more similar people to yourself. So as a summary, I think it's not really good to beat yourself up for being socially awkward, but instead of wasting that energy on accusing yourself of being socially awkward and kind of putting yourself down, I think this energy could be better invested into learning how to relax in social situations and just to be yourself. I mean, even if you're the most quiet introvert in the world and you don't like to talk to people, you just kind of enjoy yourself while sitting with others and not really talking much, which is perfectly fine as well. I think as long as you'll be confident and comfortable around other people, the other people will be understanding of your behavior, understanding of your introversion, and understanding of kind of not being there all the time, but rather more in your head than in this situation. And if you're if you realize that people are really tolerant toward yourself, then obviously there's no reason to beat yourself up for being a socially awkward person.